There is someone in your circle who has learned to love you from the inside. Not from a distance, not from across a room where they can keep things abstract and safe, from right beside you, from the seat next to yours. From years of showing up and being chosen and being trusted, and somewhere inside all of that, without planning it, without being able to stop it, developing something for you that has grown so large it no longer fits inside the friendship they are supposed to be having with you. They are not new to your life. That is what makes this specific. This is not a stranger who caught feelings quickly. This is someone who knows you, someone who has been there, someone who has seen you at your worst and your most ordinary and your most unguarded and still feels this way, maybe more because of it. Before we go into this, put everything else down for a moment. Whatever noise brought you here today, set it to the side. Take one actual breath and just be present. This one is going to need your full attention, because what is sitting in your friend group right now is not small. Let us go. My name is Jessica, and welcome to Moonlit Arcana. Let me tell you something about the specific difficulty of carrying feelings for a friend. It is not like carrying feelings for a stranger, where the stakes are clear and the options are binary. You say something or you do not. You pursue it or you let it go. And either way, the relationship either becomes something or it does not exist yet. With a stranger, there is no existing relationship to lose. With a friend, everything is different. Every single thing is more complicated and more loaded and more frightening, because the thing you would be risking if it went wrong is not just the possibility of something new. It is the actuality of something that already exists, something real, something that already matters. This person is aware of that risk in the most specific terms. They have played out the scenario more than once, where they say something and you do not feel the same way, and the friendship shifts, goes awkward, goes cool, becomes something neither of you knows how to navigate. And they cannot stand that possibility, so they stay. They stay in the friendship, in the role they have always had, and they carry what they carry quietly enough that it does not spill over into the space between you. They have gotten very good at this. That is the hard part. They have gotten so good at being your friend that you have no idea what is happening underneath it. Here is what their daily experience of this looks like, and I want to be specific because specificity is what this reading is built on. Every time you come to them with something about your life, your worries, your updates, your victories, the thing that went wrong this week, the person you are interested in, they listen. They give you what you need. They show up for you the way a good friend shows up. And on the inside, simultaneously, they are holding something that the conversation is landing on top of, something tender and private that they are protecting with everything they have. They do not show you that. They have never shown you that. But it is there every single time. When you laugh at something they said, something happens inside them that they have learned to manage quickly. When you touch them the way friends touch each other, the casual contact, that means nothing and everything at once. They feel it more than you would know. When you look at them directly and say something honest, something real, something that is just for them, there is a version of that moment happening inside them that you do not have access to and have never been shown. They notice everything about you. This is not something they decided to do. It is something that started happening and then became automatic. The way you carry yourself when you are anxious versus when you are comfortable. The specific face you make before you say something you are not sure about. The way your energy shifts when something is wrong before you have said a word about it. They can read you better than almost anyone in your life can read you, and they have never told you that because telling you would be telling you something. They know things about you that they have never said out loud because saying them would reveal the quality of their attention, and the quality of their attention would reveal everything. Let me talk about the specific moments that are the hardest for them. Watching you be interested in someone else. This is the one that takes the most management. Not in a possessive way. This is not jealousy that wants to control. It is something quieter and more honest than that. It is watching someone you feel something real for invest that same energy somewhere else, and sitting with that and still showing up as the friend who supports you through it. Because they do support you. That is the painful part. They actually want good things for you. They actually want you to be happy. And they are simultaneously hoping somewhere underneath all of that support that one day you might be happy with them. Group situations where you are both just part of the group and they have to be normal about it. This sounds small, but it is not. Every time the whole circle is together and they have to navigate being close to you without anyone noticing that close means something different to them than it does to everyone else that is work. Active, constant, invisible work. They have become very skilled at it. No one in the group has caught it. That is by design. The moments where you are specifically kind to them, this undoes them more than anything else. Not the grand moments, the ordinary ones, when you remember something they mentioned and bring it up later. When you check on them out of nowhere because you had a feeling. When you defend them in a conversation without being asked. These small kindnesses land differently on someone who is in love with you. They carry them for days. Now let me tell you about what is changing. Because something is changing. This person has been managing this for long enough that the management itself has become exhausting. Not unsustainable. They are not about to fall apart. But heavier than it was at the beginning, when the feeling was smaller and easier to carry without showing, the feeling has not stayed small. It has done the opposite. It has grown in the way things grow when they are real quietly, steadily, without asking permission, into something that now takes up significant space in how they move through their daily life. And they are starting to feel the weight of a specific truth. That they are in the middle of something that is not moving. That every day they stay in this position is a day they are choosing, even if the choice feels impossible not to find out what could actually happen. That the friendship they are protecting by staying quiet is not the same thing as the life they could have if they took the risk of saying something. That calculation is shifting. Not dramatically, not all at once, but the side that says this cannot stay the same forever is getting heavier every week. There is something they are getting close to doing, something they have not done yet, but are building toward in a way that is starting to feel more like when rather than if. It will not be reckless. This is not someone who acts without thought. It will be considered and real and probably not at all how either of you would have expected it to happen. Not a grand declaration. Not a prepared speech. More likely something that comes out in a real moment, a genuine conversation, a second where the weight of what they have been carrying becomes heavier than the effort of continuing to hold it, and the truth comes out. Not to change things. To finally be honest. Because they have reached the point where being known, even if it changes things, matters more than being safe. I want to step outside this reading and speak to you directly now. Sit with who came to mind while you were listening to this. Do not second guess the first person who surfaced. Your instincts about the people close to you are more accurate than you give them credit for. And what I am describing here is specific enough that if someone landed in your mind, it was not random. This person's feelings are real. They are not casual. They are not a fleeting thing they will get over if nothing happens. They have been living alongside this for long enough that it has become part of how they understand themselves, part of how they understand what they want. And the fact that they have chosen every day until now to protect the friendship over saying anything that is not indifference, that is the opposite of indifference. That is someone who loves you enough to carry something heavy rather than risk making your world harder. What they are about to do will not be designed to put pressure on you. It will not be a move or a manipulation. It will be someone finally choosing honesty over safety, because they have realized that carrying this alone for the rest of this friendship is not something they can keep choosing. You are already loved by someone closer than you know. Pay attention. You will feel it before they say a word. That is everything this reading has for you today. Take it with you. I will see you in the next one. There is one more specific thing I want to name before we close, because it is coming through clearly and it belongs in this reading. This person is going to do something soon that will give you a signal. Not necessarily a confession, not yet, but something deliberate. Something that is slightly outside the pattern of how things have always been between you. A conversation that goes a little longer and a little deeper than it needed to. A moment where they create space to be alone with you that did not need to happen. A question they ask that is genuinely curious about you in a way that has something underneath it. A time when they stay when they could have left. You will notice it. Maybe not immediately, maybe not while it is happening, but after, when you are alone, it will sit with you. And the sitting with it will not feel like nothing. It will feel like something asking to be looked at directly. That is the moment. That is them beginning to close the distance between what they have been carrying and what they have been willing to show. It is not the whole thing yet, but it is the beginning of the whole thing. And it is coming soon enough that you should start paying attention to the person who came to mind when this reading started in a way you may not have been paying attention before. They have chosen you in private for long enough. They're getting ready to choose you out loud.